There is more political drama playing out in Washington with another twist in President Donald Trump's impeachment inquiry. The White House now says it will boycott the proceedings, potentially setting up a constitutional clash with Congress. CBC senior Washington editor Lindsay Duncombe is tracking the story live from the U.S. Capitol. So why won't the White House cooperate, Lindsay?
Well, this letter that the White House delivered to Democrats is as much a political statement, a political message, as it is a legal argument. But the gist of the reasoning behind why the White House is saying it won't cooperate goes down to the question of how this whole impeachment inquiry started. The White House says because there was no vote to say that the impeachment inquiry was underway from the full House of Representatives, they don't see this as being legit. Now, it's true that in the two previous modern impeachment proceedings, both for Nixon and for Clinton, those proceedings did not get underway. The inquiry did not begin until there was a vote in the House. But that's not necessarily the rules. In fact, all that the Constitution says about having an impeachment inquiry is that it is the sole duty of the House of Representatives. So essentially, the House gets to make the rules. But regardless of those arguments, the big picture here is what we have is the White House saying they are not going to cooperate. They see this as the Democrats playing politics, and that is in the letter. The letter says the efforts to impeach President Trump without regard to any evidence of his actions in office is a naked political strategy that began the day that he was elected. So they will fight the access for documents, for people, for testimony as hard as they can.
So to Trump's point against the legality of the inquiry, why don't the Democrats just hold a vote then?
Well, there's some concern that the reason why there wasn't a vote at the beginning of all of this is because the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, was worried about putting some of those Democrats who were elected in moderate districts, Trump-supporting districts. She didn't want to put them on the spot. The other question, though, is would having a vote even make a difference? There was a White House briefing call for reporters yesterday, and the senior officials were asked, okay, so if there's a vote and if it passes, would you pass over the documents? Would you pass over the people to testify? And the officials would not answer that question. They just said that that was a hypothetical situation. So clearly, this is about entrenching those battle lines. And Democrats have responded saying that what they see by not participating in this is evidence of obstruction of the investigation and could be part of what they would use, should they choose to, for an article of impeachment on obstructing the investigation.
Thanks for that, Lindsay. CBC's Lindsay Duncombe in Washington.